Nowadays, it's easier to find secret government documents than it is to find KFC's secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices. But if you want to find out why we are the best kept secret in podcasts, go to www.NTTFGPOD.com and subscribe. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie. Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
The something-hearted woman, you do a song about the knife, you know? You do the walk, you do the walk of life. You do the walk, you do the walk of life. the walking of life.
Walken just comes into a Dire Straits song.
Talking to my guy all wrong. It's the wrong tone. Do it again. Stab me in the face with a soldering iron. Anyway,
What a fucking phenomenal character.
he not what he plays. Him. Character.
Like great, very, very good actor. But you want to know what? Just to be around him.
Yeah.
When he's just him.
Imagine just filming a scene with him and how fucking intense he is, and I don't know.
Imagine being bullied by him and John Voight.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, people thought again watching Ray Donovan and like John Voight and him kind of look alike now.
That's why I said it.
They had lunch together to show people that they weren't the same person.
Yes. Oh, that's fucking.
I had this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 4 years.
That is almost. That's to the effect of Will Ferrell and Chad Smith doing a drum off.
Yeah.
On Fallon.
That's pretty funny.
Matching hats, matching. I think it was like Destroyer Kiss T-shirts, and they're. Oh God.
Like doppelgangers.
Yo, you ever see that one video where somebody fucking goes up to him and like fucking says, "Hey, Will," or something like Will Ferrell-ish, and he just fucking, I think he just didn't have a good day, and like he just fucking, fuck you.
Listen, Will Ferrell has no bad days.
Yeah, Chad Smith did.
Gotcha. Yo, do you see what the newest phenomenon is out there in? I don't want to say it's part of combat sports, but I guess it is.
Please do tell.
The league that Dana White's heading up called Power Slab. Have you seen that?
I've seen 3 clips so far. Call me a pussy, and I don't care. I see it. I'm just like, man, I don't want to get fucked. Like, dudes just get cracked so fuck. I saw a girl fall down. She fell. Yeah, she fell down. She got
somersault forward.
Yeah. I think you get hit so hard, you can get knocked the fuck out, man.
They do. People get knocked because you get like it's the button on the jaw underneath your jaw that
little button
in a fight. The button gets hit. You say, "I'll hit him on the button." Fucking get knocked out. You get knocked out. A slap or a punch. It's like so. Well, people that don't know what we're talking about, you basically stand at a podium like you would see at an arm wrestling contest.
I thought it was fucking over the top.
Yeah. It is over the top, but unintended. Hey. So you see these people that look like badasses standing there, and the other person has to stand there. They can't move, and you have to come in contact with their face. Like you can't hit up here. You can't hit I saw the person I hit on the jaw here and also on the carotid artery. They were out. It's it's like what you use to choke somebody out, right? And they smack the fuck out of each other. They literally stand there. And to me, you can stand there and slap somebody, right? The part that I can't wrap my head around is how do they stand so still and not flinch? But the guy's measuring, takes his hand, brings it right back to your face. Measures, brings it back to your face, and then boom, fucking.
Do you see some of the paws on these guys?
Seriously.
like it's being slapped by
Yeah.
a small bear.
Yeah, it's like a fucking lunchbox hitting you.
I saw some of these dudes. I only watched a couple of videos, but it was just like I saw a dude that he had to be 3 and change, and he's winding back.
Yeah.
And he comes across like a fucking propeller, and he just fucking and you're telling me you're going slap for slap. One fucking slap, you could probably pop an eardrum.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think
I bet you they wear something.
you could only get hit 3 times in I guess in a slap fight. I
Oh,
don't know if they
poor
call it.
guy. And then
But,
it's a draw.
But did you see fucking there was one guy who was like some champion. Half his face was like fucking hanging down. It was like he looked like fucking disfigured.
I wonder if you could break a cheekbone. Probably.
Yeah, of course, probably crack your fucking orbital. But I guess so. To me, it's like the
Oh,
new thing out there, right?
God.
It's like the latest craze or fad. But I don't see how this can be sustainable. Like I don't see like in like 3 years. Yo, did you watch fucking Power Slap 106? Like I don't know.
I don't know. I listen, I could watch shit. I could watch it if I wanted to, but I don't know. I just like I've been smacked before. Not that hard. I've been smacked hard, but not that hard. And like, fuck. Who wants to take that into your fucking fotch?
Then
That
they have a
hurts.
whole nother league, and it's just Italian people, and it's all backhands.
That's in Italy.
Yeah, it's in Italy. They hit you with backhands.
You ever
and
see the
you can wear-
Italian league?
And you can wear a fucking pinky ring. A little known league you don't know about. It's called a Takara League. Oh my god.
Do you know how many takaras Giuseppe had this weekend? You don't know.
Yeah, Giuseppe.
Oofa.
You gotta look like fucking if there is like aliens out there and they just see what goes on in this country, like
Fucking idiots.
they do what?
This is what we did with that seed? This is what we made?
Oh my god.
Do you watch Ancient Aliens? Have you ever watched Ancient Aliens?
I've seen a couple episodes. And like one guy's like a fucking meme with the hair fucking sticking straight up. It's an older show. I mean, I know it's probably still on, but it's been on for some time now.
Yeah. I've only seen it when my old roommate was watching it.
When he went to see his ancestors.
I look at him and I'm just like, really? He's like, who do you think built the fucking pyramids, bro?
Yeah. So you know what's so funny? And let's give a shout out to our boy Danny Deeks.
JC.
This is probably 1995, 96, 97, right? Around that time. And I don't know if Danny used to like read the Bible or whatever he did. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, he's like, one day they're gonna put like a chip in you or like a scanning code, and that's gonna be how you do everything. But don't let them do it to you. Like that's gonna be the end of civilization when they could just like scan you and like all your information.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, dude, too many 40s and blunts tonight, Dan. Let's calm it the fuck down.
And your black Carhartt jacket smells like hot fire.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, what do you? I'm like, now you're just talking fucking silly. Fast forward to 2023. That's what the fuck they're doing, bro. Everything is like, all right, chip, dip, boop. Pretty soon, people are becoming microchipped like dogs.
Yeah. Oh,
but right now they're doing it on your phone, whatever, your
phone, card. Think about it. Everything's a chip. So what's going to prevent us X amount of years down the road? Oh, listen, your daughter at so and so hospital, we have to chip now. Yeah. So you have to sign this. It's fine. It's fine. It's going to be inserted in the back of the scalp.
In the scruff, the scruff of the neck.
If you were head of the chips, where would you on the body want to insert it? Like, or not even insert. Yeah, if you had to surgically put a chip in a human to be tracked, if you were part of that company, where would you vote for?
I don't know, like your fucking either like the back of your
Where
fucking neck or like your
where would
elbow.
you want it?
I don't know. We should, if they do that, me and you should start a company called Just a Chip.
Chip's a boy.
I was in the store the other day, and this customer was putting up a hissy fucking fit that they didn't have any cards on them. They didn't have ID. All they had was their Apple Pay, and the place didn't take Apple Pay. You fucking too cool for school, techno fucking geek fuck.
Oh,
Like,
Apple Pay.
like this person had to be mid-40s,
Yeah.
and you would have thought it was like a fucking 5-year-old, and you just took their toy away. They were outraged, fucking outraged. They couldn't use Apple Pay on their fucking phone.
Really? That bad, huh?
This is what the world's coming to. Like, you can't even carry a card on you.
Yes.
We're not saying many cards. A
I
card.
Listen, I admit it. I don't carry that much cash anymore. Often. I mean,
Well, you never
let's
really
be
had
honest.
any to fucking carry.
When did I ever? No, but like I would have to have a card. Like just depend on my phone. I don't pay by my phone. You pay by your phone?
No.
The only thing that has ever scanned my phone was either a concert ticket, like going into an event, or I think Dunkin' Donuts, like maybe a couple times. I did the bloop, my barcode.
Concert ticket. Okay, paperless. There's no other way you can fucking get it.
Is that weird? That's weird.
Hey,
That's the world.
techno fucking
Tecmo Bowl.
There we go.
Remember Tecmo Bowl? What a fucking great shot. I'm Herschel Walker.
Yeah, you had to be either the Bears with fucking Walter Payton. You could there's like a glitch in that game where you can like drop all the way back to your own. You've been the 20-yard line, about to go in the red zone, about to score. Drop back to your own fucking goal line and throw a fucking 100-yard pass, and it would get caught every time. That remember double dribble?
Yes, but I don't recall.
That was the game about your penis.
Oh,
Sorry, wrong one.
Whoops.
That had a glitch too, where you can go all the way back, all the way to the side, and just launch up a 3 going out of bounds. No,
Yeah, but I remember what's called more of the arcade. He's heating up.
he's on fire.
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam. That was the
That,
shit.
I remember that, but I do remember Double Dribble. I remember the name.
Yeah.
But going back a minute. Did you like RC Pro Am? Wasn't that for
Oh
Nintendo?
my god, I
Remember that?
fucking love that game.
I can tell you, like, I can only recall a couple of. I recall the Christmas night that I received Nintendo, because I was now like all my friends, because I everybody like had it,
And it was funny.
And I
It was
was
a month before your 20th birthday.
and I remember that night blown into a cartridge.
Just for the record, anyone out there, Archie calls penises cartridges, just so you know.
Ready? Put it in. Doesn't work. Take it out.
Then you put it in the tray and go like up down up down up down. Like
Jesus. And then I was thinking about this the other night, because there is a documentary on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but it was about this. And then which way did you go? Did you go Sega Genesis, or did you go Super Nintendo? Were you a bougie bastard and you went two? I went Sega.
my buddy had Sega. I had Nintendo, then the Super Nintendo. Then I ventured over to what was the one that Sega Genesis. Yeah, no, I had Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, I think.
Sega was just different. Yeah, you
Remember, but when Nintendo came out, remember there was regular Sega. My buddy had that. Sega Genesis was cool. Sega Genesis was
that black,
the
you know what I'm
black
talking about?
console, yeah.
the black console, and like the what you call it, the games were almost
Like on top.
curved. Yeah, on top.
Yeah, they were like half. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I love Genesis. The what was it? The Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Ring,
Jog.
ring,
Yeah.
ring. All right. So from there, then I played John Madden. It was like Madden, whatever was out that time. NCAA was fucking great. Yeah, but we're going back, 15 years ago.
15. I'm gonna go
And Tiger
birthday.
Woods golf.
Yeah.
Like that was really good. That was very good. And then I haven't played in, I'm not a gamer. I never played. It was only at a friend's house. I'm not down.
Yeah, I was a mean Galaga player.
What was that? I don't even know what that is.
Little spaceships like Ms. Pac-Man that had Galaga. Sometimes there were split games. No.
There's this dude that I work with. When he sneezes, he's got this. Right? To me, the rhythm and the sneezing, it's like the rhythm reminds me of when I was a little boy in the arcade and you would hear body blow, left, body blow,
Uppercut,
left.
uppercut. He's down for the count.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that fucking game? And so, so every time he starts sneezing and he goes on a sneeze fit, I'm like, get him. I start
No,
getting,
that was
getting
Punch
riled
Out
up.
before they made Mike Tyson's Punch Out for Nintendo.
That's right, bro. Don Flamingo, like number 3 or 4, he would fucking start to get me. And then I had to punch that fat dude in his fucking X belly button.
Ah, you're looking in a mirror.
You fuck. You're such a cunt. Yo, Rock.
Yes, sir.
Man, I got a question for you. Ready?
Right.
What does Corey Taylor from Slipknot, Sonny Sandoval from POD, and Clint Lowry from Seven Dust have in common?
People that will never come on our show.
Yeah, you're probably right. But guess whose show they all appeared on? Our next guest is the creator of the YouTube sensation show, Good Company. Please welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, Scott Bolin. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Good,
Yo,
man.
Thank you
Dude,
for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah.
I love the backdrop, the yellow. It reminds me kind of the new Metallica album.
Oh,
It's all
yeah.
yellow. I don't know. I just instantly thought that, but that's cool. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we I've been watching your show for quite some time now, man.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's fucking awesome. We're gonna get into it. I know you're down. Are you down in Hotlanta?
Just about 45 minutes to an hour north of hot Atlanta.
Yeah,
Closer
we got
to the mountains, but yeah.
Gotcha. We're up in Jersey, and all right. So basically, I'm gonna get right to it. Probably, I'm not 100% correct on the date that you had Sonny Sandoval on your show, Good Company with Scott Bolin, but I think it was around the time Rocco and I went to Shiprocked, and I was on a POD kick, and I'm just looking up videos and this and interviews and that, and then I came across your video, and one of the reasons why I stopped so fast to click it was shot well. It looks good. The quality of your video looks good. I'm a video editor at Trade, and I deal with 4K footage all day long. And I just know, I don't know if that was 4K, but I'm just saying I could tell good footage, and that's what drew me to it. So I clicked it, and I was like, look at this. There's a contrast here. We got a rock dude, and we got this guy who looks like and no offense, he's like in an office. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that, but like a clean looking dude from Atlanta, and you got like, Sonny or whoever the case may be. And I just thought it was fucking great. And I watched the whole video, and one of my favorite things, we'll get into this, is that you went over track by track. And a lot of videos or a lot of interviews you hear, it's like, oh, yo, what do you got coming up? This and that. Oh, I really like your shit. Blah, 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 and that's about it. But you went over track by track, and I loved it because I'm a POD nut, so I would love to hear a track by track. So I'd love to hear how you got started with this show, man.
Wow, yeah, I really appreciate that. That was huge praise, man.
All good.
It's kind of a crazy story. When I first started the show, I was going to do just a regular audio podcast, and I had a good friend of mine who's a singer songwriter. He's like, dude, your basement, look at it. You got to film it. And so for a year, I had just me and this guy doing this thing for a year. And eventually I met Nathan Mowry, who works at Diamond Dallas, DDP Yoga, Diamond Dallas Page Yoga.
Okay. All right.
And he's the Fozzy guy. We call him Fozzy guy. I don't know if you guys know the band Fozzy, but
absolutely.
He did the Judas video, which is huge. Chris Jericho, Rich Ward. And so I kind of got connected with Nathan, and I'll tell you, man, when I got connected with Nathan, it got serious. So because he's really professional. That's what that visual you're seeing is because of Nathan, Taylor, Julian, this crew of Isaac, all these guys came together, and that's when it kind of got nerve-wracking for me because like it looks so good. Like I got to step up my game. Like, oh, I got to be this huge interview, but I don't even know what I was doing, but it just looked great. And so it's more than just a team. It's kind of like a family, they're a good group of people, and they spend time. I mean, they'll get there an hour early, just setting up everything. So
wow,
very professional.
Yeah,
I'm not professional, but they are. They're very professional.
Now, what got you into this though? Like, what was, obviously, I'm guessing a lifelong music fan. I'm seeing in the background all the cool shit you have on your wall.
Yeah, dude.
Memorabilia is nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's everywhere. Well, music's always been my thing. So my dad and my brother have always been big, like into engineering, computers and stuff. And my thing was always music growing up. I loved everything. When I was a kid, I loved pop music, rock. It's just guilty pleasure. Was huge. But starting this, when I discovered podcasting kind of later on, around 2013. So I was kind of later on than everyone else, 2014. And when I heard it, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Me being naive, I was like, I could do this. This is easy. Just talk about music. So I started this. And then when I started Good Company, my early episodes are so cringy because it's not just like I can talk about music. No, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But my passion comes from music. That's always been my thing. I don't watch sports that much. I watch a little UFC, but music's always been something I've just always gravitated towards. And it started like that. And so interviewing musicians was like, I kind of naively went into the whole thing. Like I can do this. And then slowly, the more I do this, the more I learn, like I know nothing. Like I gotta figure out what I'm doing.
Well, you stood up and as soon as they said rolling, you're like, yeah.
Exactly. I got nervous. I'm like,
I hear you.
It's so funny.
It's all different until the camera lights go on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
How about you guys? How long have you been doing this? The podcasting?
Our first guest was in February of 2020, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Like 2 months before COVID, like a month or two right before it hits.
Oh, okay.
We started doing stuff behind the scenes for it. Obviously, a good bulk of 2019, putting it together, content, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, the same thing like you're saying when you're talking to somebody, for the first time, it's like you don't want to be like, that Chris Farley skit on SNL where he's like,
I love that. Yeah.
Do you remember when you were in the Beatles?
Yeah, I love that. That's so. I get constantly teased about that. That's so funny.
So
yeah,
there's this dude that keeps coming up in these conversations. So we had Alicia Taylor on, just like you did.
Oh yeah.
And who directed her video?
Nathan Mowry.
That's it. So this dude keeps coming up. So if anybody out there, it's called Good Company with Scott Boland, and it starts off. It says Kind Punk presents.
Kind Punk. Yep.
So that's is that him?
He puts that at the very end. Yeah, that's him.
Okay,
Punk, the Kind Punk House. They should make a documentary about this guy. But yeah, keep going, man.
Yeah. So Kind Punk presents Good Company with Scott Boland, and I'm flipping through, and I'm like, Jacoby, like fucking Mikey from Islander, dudes from Stuck Mojo. Now all right. So Rocco and I are big music fans, right? So awesome. I'm gonna have to say. I'm going to refer to this episode that you had the Lowry brothers on. Now, I know him from not Clint, the brother. His name
Corey.
Corey.
Yeah.
He played in a band called Stereo Mud with Joey Z from Life of Agony. So that's where I saw him, and I'm like, check out the backup vocals on this dude. Check out the bass playing on this dude. I'm like, yo, he's fucking good. So then I follow him through, but he was in Stuck Mojo, I think.
Yeah, he's in Stuck Mojo.
Yeah. But I really didn't know about Stuck Mojo too much, but I saw him in Stereo Mud, and I saw him go, and now he's Seether, and then filling in for, like, dude. So to have somebody like that on, I guess what I'm getting at, sorry it's so long, is that as a music nerd, I'm like, that's dope. Like, so I think they're from the area though, right?
Oh yeah. Corey's from the area, and I had Eric. Man, Eric was my second interview from Stereo Mud. The singer, Eric Rogers.
Oh wow,
that was my second interview I ever did. I was so green during that interview. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I'm just gonna play cool and not say anything.
Hey man, what's up?
Yeah, no, exactly. And Corey is so funny that you said that. Corey, I remember Corey. I was still new when I interviewed him, and after we got done, he goes, "Next time, are you gonna ask more questions?" I go, "I'm learning, man. I'm learning." I love Corey. He's so cool.
Whenever I'm feeling a little too good about myself, I'll go on and go to our first season, the first couple of episodes, and I listen to it, and I'm like, I'm like, Arch, you think we can maybe like start taking episodes down after a while?
Yeah.
I don't have to...
Yeah.
Some of the first few. Any of my episodes, like not even the first few, not even like last week.
Yeah, like I'll
self-critiquing.
I edit the thing, so I kind of like, I go over it, and then like I'll know if it's like a pretty good show or a bad. If it's like that sucked, I'm like, I'll never fucking listen to that again. No.
When you self-edit though, can you edit like you can focus in on you and be like, I should have asked that question. Edit.
Yeah. I know. That's what I do to Rocco all the time. All right, so you got like this awesome production company behind you. You got your basement, which looks like a fucking museum, a rock museum.
Oh, thank you.
You're playing the videos behind them, adding the little touch. You got now when going back to what we did talk about, when lights, camera, action. Where does all your questions come from? Are you prepping like fucking 2 days ahead of time? Are you what's your process with this whole production?
That's a great question. I do prep, and I start adding questions in my phone. But starting off, if you ever watch the interviews, like sometimes I hold props up. And I'm like, your next album, album. I have these big picture things, and that was part of my notes. Is when I started, I was like, I can hold these props. Nobody does this. People do it. I mean, night show, people do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I was holding them up. Basically, it was a crutch. Be like, okay, I can keep going. So I have these things I can keep the thing flowing. But each album discography. But I do keep the more interviews I do, the more notes I take. Back like I was telling you earlier, when I first started the show, I was like, I got this. I didn't do any notes. But yeah, it's a learning curve, I just try to slowly take notes, and the props thing, and the props were kind of my notes. It's like, oh, this is your next record, so we need to talk about this.
It must have been so cool though, like to start. What was the connection of getting your first big guest? I'd love to know that.
Great question. So I kind of got lucky. Besides the Atlanta scene, getting Corey Lowry, and getting Bones from Stuck Mojo, all these guys were close by.
Mm-hmm.
The game changer for me was getting Mikey from Islander. I randomly hit him up. I saw him open up for Korn, so I randomly hit him up, and he agreed to do the interview, and he brought Nathan Mowry with him as security. Nathan was his security because he's going to some guy's basement, right?
Yeah.
And so I've told the story a million times, but he showed up, and me, Mikey, and Nathan, we were just like best buddies. And Nathan, I mean, when we met each other, we're just like, we got along, and Nathan kind of told me, hey, I filmed stuff, and the guy I was filming with, I wasn't really getting along with. So I was like, I'm going to use Nathan. And then Mikey was such a big support of the show. He's like, I love what you're doing. I'm friends with with Brian Welch from Korn. I'm friends with Jacob. I'm gonna get all these guys on your show. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
And he followed through. You know what I mean? It's like I remember him calling me and goes, "You still want Brian Welch on your show?" And I go, "Yeah. Hey, I think I can get him. He's gonna be in Atlanta. I think I can get him on your show." I was
Damn.
like, "Wait, what?" So that's really luck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, right time, right place. I don't know, but kind of snowballed because that's the best way of getting bigger artists, right? Because if Mikey and Brian Welch and Jacoby, whoever, they have a good time, then they can tell other people, and it's better than me going on social media and be like, "We be on my show."
Yeah, who does that?
I do that still.
I do. Yeah, we fucking do that every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting Marcus from POD that way. So I was like, yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. Do me a favor. Tell him to write me back.
I will, yeah.
I know what you're saying. The more, and that's how we built, as far as when you get bigger guests, it legitimizes your show, and they tell people, okay, hey, these guys aren't two shitheads. They're not
Yes.
gonna they have their stuff together. They're not gonna get stupid with you, like that kind of thing. And I think that's how you build organically.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's once you have something to show for it, it gets better. And once they tell their friends, it's like, oh, I remember I had DJ Lethal, Limp Bizkit, House of Pain.
Yeah.
And he was just throwing out all kinds of names. I was like, dude, it was a trip. He's like, who do you want on our show? I know anybody. You like 311? Hell, I got these guys right here. Let's call them up right now. I'm like, whoa.
Yo, all right. So now that we'll take for an example, Head's coming on, right?
Yeah.
All right. How are you feeling? You got to be getting your stomach. You might have to take a pregame shit before fucking before this interview. I mean, you got the fucking guest coming from Korn coming into your basement. Like,
dude,
it's fucking wild, bro. It's a fucking trip.
You got some great questions, man. I have so many stories right now, but since you mentioned the bowel movement part thing, I'm gonna hit you with this.
Yeah,
I'll have to send you guys the link. But for some, like at Good Company's peak, I had the only episode I'm not in because I was like, I don't need to be in the show. Long story short, I had Brian Welch, Morgan Rose, and Rich Ward.
Jeez.
All an episode. And they go, you're not going to be on it? I'm like, no. This is the gold. I don't want to mess this up. So they're all doing the episode. I'm going to answer your question one second.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So in the middle of the interview, Rich Ward is doing this long-winded story. And we watch this all the time now because we can kind of spot it right at the moment. But Brian Welch, he started moving around a lot. And he goes, I gotta take a shit. I gotta stop right now. And he puts his hand back and he's holding his butt and he's moving straight to the bathroom and he goes, turn my mic off. The cameras kind of followed him. Oh, it was awesome. So funny.
That's awesome.
But that was a funny story. But when he was coming over, it was like a dream. Like I was like, I could not let it sink in. And he didn't just come over and do the interview. The first time he came over, he stayed the entire day. So we went on the lake. We live on the lake.
Okay.
And it got to the point where his flight wasn't until way later. And I just remember he was going to take a nap and stuff. And I went back upstairs. My family was on vacation. And I remember texting my friends. I'm like, Brian Welch is taking a nap in the guest room right now. This is
fucking
insane.
Yeah, man. That's fucking
crazy. Seems like a dream,
So, all right. So say Rocky and I are famous and we're on the fucking Good Company show, right? What are the amenities?
Oh yeah.
What are we seeing when we get down there?
Well, first of all, you're going to see a lot of alcohol. There's going to be just a ton of alcohol. I don't know if you guys drink, but it'll be a lot of alcohol and it'll be a lot of
we do.
There's going to be a lot of food. I mean, we're going to roll the red carpet out for you guys.
That's fucking dope. All right.
That's what I do. And yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm just curious because all right, you're doing this gig at home, right?
Yeah.
But if someone to the caliber of like I don't know, like fucking I don't even know if it's like Revolver magazine, but something bigger than that, like they might get treated differently coming in, depending the class of celebrity that they're in. But
Mhm.
they're coming over to your house, so it's like
Dude.
I would be thinking in my head, I'd be like, Rock, like, yo, they're coming here, like, you can't just look like a fucking schmuck, like
Uh-huh.
you can't, like they have
Yeah.
to.
That's
But
why
you
it's so
accommodated.
cool.
But you know the weird twist though to that, what you said
Yeah.
is that since they're coming to, let's say they're coming to my house, but let's say they're coming to your house.
Yeah.
Their guard is already down a little bit because they're coming to your house because they're a guest in your house. So it, in a weird way, for me, it all automatically makes it easier for me because I don't have to warm up to them because they're coming directly to me because they don't know anyone else in the house.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm the guy that comes straight to, and they're like, "Hey, man," I'm like, "Hey, let me walk you around."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's not like I'm not fighting to get their attention. They're coming directly to me, like, "Oh my god, where do
Yeah.
I do? Where do I go?"
Is this guy
And it makes it
fucking nuts?
way easier. Yeah, it makes it. I just assume that makes it easier for me. you know,
Yeah. I mean,
because they're kind of a little bit of vulnerable because it's like they're in this strange atmosphere, and I'm the only person they've been communicating with, working up to them being there.
It's a home game for you.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, exactly. That's great.
now this memorabilia. Now this, where did this all start? Just as you were, bless you. Did this start from like?
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, I totally understand.
Yo, like I said before, I've been sick for 3 years.
He really has.
In the head,
bro,
just
like
slowly gets worse.
3 months ago, if I could explain the colors that were coming out of me, you see my background? That was one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, oh Christ, it'll go away soon. when my kids are fucking 17, then they'll go. I got a 2 and a 4-year-old. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I got a 9-year-old son and 11-year-old daughter, and they are constantly getting sick and feel like just trying to dodge whatever they have.
Yo,
No doubt.
I got the daycare blues. I got the fucking. I got it's either what's that, foot and mouth disease, coxsackie.
Oh yeah, that's so gross.
All of a sudden it comes. My wife and I will get a fucking text on our phone, the daycare, just to let you know that there is a little strand of coxsackie going around.
Oh.
It's funny because that's the same thing Rocky's sister says. But besides the point, yeah, they're a joy. They're great, but I'm sick. I'm sick for 3 years.
Yeah, same here, man. Just kind of comes and goes.
Dude, I fucking love the show. Like I can't keep it.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for supporting that. You're wearing the shirt. I mean, the jacket, man.
I mean, all right. So you were cool enough. I hit you up maybe like 2-3 years ago, and I sent you my band. He and Rocco was in one of the bands. I sent
what
you
was the band called?
It was there was an Empire Fallen shirt, and there was a War for the Crown shirt.
Yes, I remember that, dude. That's so cool.
So I sent you those shirts, and I was just like, yo, like you fucking you offered me, actually prior to that, you offered me. You said, oh, yo, I'll send you some shirts, and you actually sent this fucking dope zip up, which I'm wearing right now, and you sent me like it was like a light blue one.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that became a stage shirt. So when I play out,
cool, man.
Yeah, so that's fucking cut off, and you can see my fucking tits out of it, which is no good. but I'm rocking good company.
Well, I'll send you guys some new shirts, man. After this, man.
If you have any good company bras, send Archie one too. He'll need it. He wears a cutoff shirt.
Yeah, we got some good company support bras.
You're like a gracious host. I can tell when they come to your house, you send out merch. You're a good dude.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I just if you get people comfortable, it makes it a better interview, right? You don't want people like I'm hungry or something, like I want to eat or drink. You kind of spoil them and then interview.
And piggybacking that, Rock, I believe it was a Sunny interview, and I think you did this in other interviews that I've seen, but I think you like presented them with like a plaque or something. Yeah, right.
I was flexing pretty hard.
Yo, what did you give Sunny? I feel like an album.
I gave Sunny Snuff the Punk. I know a guy in California that makes these things, so I had a Snuff the Punk platinum. basically saying, I'm going to give you this, but we're going to be friends forever. And you have to answer my phone calls from now on. No, I'm just kidding.
And that is the shit that, like, you want to know what? Oh, I'm in Atlanta. Yo, Scott hit me up. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Like, they felt good. They got treated well. You were a down to earth dude, and you had a good time. And you want to know, when they see the finished product, I'm sure they're saying the same thing, that it's shot well. So that's why we have returning customers.
That's a good point. And I don't do all those things to, look, and honestly, that was pretty genuine with all this, because it's just a passion.
No, you looked it.
And I didn't be like, I'm going to give them all this just to, to make myself look better. But it was just like, it's just a passion. Like, oh man, I bet you they're like this. And those platinums became a thing for a good year or so. We even made a whole episode of just me getting platinum. A quick funny story is Shifty from Crazy Town. I gave him a Crazy Town platinum album. Thank you for being on the show. And after the interview, I said, how about, because he flew in, I go, I'll just ship this to your house. And he goes, no, I want to carry this through the airport.
Oh,
nice. Carrying a platinum album through the airport is pretty funny.
That's fantastic.
That's fucking great, man.
It's like, no, I'm gonna show this off.
Good. That feels good. That would definitely feel good. Wishful guess. Like, is there anybody out there that, now you to people that don't know, you tailor towards metal, rock.
Yeah,
like those genres.
I'm getting older now, so I tailor to the things I like 20 years ago.
No, fuck that. You do you, bro. Is there anybody out there that is attainable, maybe, that you would like? I would love to have on.
Well, I mean, the first one, my like absolute top right now has been Dave Grohl. I'm like, good Lord, if I could just Zoom with Dave Grohl, that'd be amazing.
He's the motherfucker that would do something like that too.
Yeah.
God, that'd be amazing, man.
I feel like he will be on your show. I just like have that vibe, how you are.
Just keep that vibe going, bro.
Knowing, through their media how he is.
Yeah, dude. Chino, man, like, I love Deftones. I've always been Deftones fan. So any of the Deftones guys, I interviewed one of their road crew guys, and Cheese Brother I interviewed. But anyway, man, there's a lot of lists, but probably anybody from oh God, man, the list keeps going. I keep thinking more and more people. Let's just keep it at Dave Grohl. That's the top. Yeah.
It's almost like you started that metal show, but like solo.
Yeah, dude. I had Eddie Trunk on the show one time, man.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was learning. I mean, that was kind of Eddie Trunk's here. We went through the whole career. He was a cool guy. I love that metal show. I love Eddie Trunk. I also had Jose Mangan and
that's cool.
Ricky Ratman. That was pretty fun. I'm just name dropping. I'll name drop all day.
We had Ricky Rackman. We had Eddie Trunk.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Guys.
Awesome stories from the Cat House.
Yes, dude. He's got a great. I wish he did more episodes.
I know. We closed out one of our seasons. I don't know if it was season 2, but with Eddie Trunk. And
really?
I got a little like I mean, it doesn't show it, but like I got a little, I had a little tequila that episode, and towards the end I was like I'm talking about Kiss. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. That's like, his favorite band.
I know. So
that's hilarious, man. God, that's funny.
We were actually able to we just in the end of December. They had out in Jersey that metal show Christmas party at this cool club called and we actually played. We played with our original band, but we actually played a whole set of Pantera covers. So,
dude, that's so cool! Wow.
Yeah, we rocked a 45.
All three of them are really good dudes.
Man, that's so awesome.
Yeah, like those. Like we had Eddie Trunk on, and I was talking to Jameson, and I was like, I gave him a card. It was loud to talk, like what the rock club and shit.
Hey.
Please be on my show. I have a podcast. No, I said, hey man, here's my card. I'll give you a call after the holidays. All right, talk to you later. So
that's so cool.
But yeah, man.
What do you guys think of the new Pantera? Like the new lineup? They're going tour this summer. You guys going?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm of the camp of I love it, man. Any incarnation I can get of Pantera. I mean, it's not Pantera, obviously, and it'll never be without the brothers. But this is as good as it's gonna get, right? So I just want to see it live, and they couldn't have picked two better people, I think, between Zach and Charlie. So I think
Yeah, totally.
I'm excited they're doing that whole tour with Metallica, and then now they're headlining tour with
Lamb of God.
Lamb of God. That you probably couldn't have picked a better band to go on tour with. So I'm excited.
I fucking knew they were gonna do that. No, like I knew that they were gonna fucking announce something, but my wife got me tickets, and hopefully you
Oh
have
wow.
you have tickets too to what we'll call it August 4th. They're opening up for Metallica at MetLife.
Yeah.
Whoa,
MetLife? Yeah,
Yeah,
MetLife.
MetLife.
Giant Stadium. I don't know
That's-
if you're familiar, but whatever.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I think they're good. I like it. I enjoyed it. We actually a couple episodes ago we did a whole Pantera party episode, and we had people.
Oh, that's cool.
We had people call in, video in, and talk about Pantera fans talk about how they really felt about this lineup. I'm going to say the scales were a little
Really? So then there's a lot of negative because I know a lot of people go back to Vinny talking about. Yeah.
but again, not even to get into it, but to talk about what Rocky said, like the guys like Charlie Benante was fucking over. He preceded everything he was going to come out to do. Like he was awesome.
Yeah.
Zach, you can't fuck with Zach. It just sounded like Zach.
Yeah.
It sounded like Black Label Society. It sounded like Pantera was playing, and Zach came up to do. Yeah, I'll fucking do a song. but I'm okay. I get to hear Phil's voice. I'm good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Charlie definitely he stole the show, man. Like I mean, he set the drums up the way Vinny and just I don't know, man. Like looked like he really did his homework.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He seems the most passionate, maybe. Rex is a great bass player too, man.
Yeah, I feel bad. Rex always gets forgotten in it, right?
He does. Nobody ever talks about Rex. I'm like, he is the bass player.
Two guys come in 20 years later. Rex is still at the bottom of the lineup.
He is, dude.
Well, that's why.
That's so funny.
I obviously Pantera is one of my favorite bands, but I always liked Rex's perspective. Like reading, I read the books that everyone came out with, whatever.
Me too.
All this and that, but like Rex's book, like that's a unique perspective to me.
It is.
He was like the liaison between the brother and Phil, and he saw things very differently than anybody in the band did.
Is it worth it to read?
It's brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hopefully he has it on an audiobook.
He does. That's what I only do audiobook, and it was on audiobook. I don't know if it's still available though, but it's so good.
Yeah. Audiobooks. That's all I do.
Oh, it was me too, man. I love audiobooks, especially when they read them themselves. Like
that's the thing.
Awesome.
You want to know what? If I find something I really, really want to hear, but he doesn't do it or she doesn't do it, I tend to say, you want to know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to do it. I might not do it.
I agree, man. I'm the same way.
Yeah. But I don't know if you're into any rap. I did I did Raekwon's book.
Whoa,
from Wu-Tang. He didn't do that. He didn't narrate that.
Oh, he didn't.
but it was fucking phenomenal. To get his take,
I'll have to check that out.
To get his take on the Wu-Tang Clan was fucking phenomenal. That whole book from start to finish. Yo, he's been shot. It's fucked up, but it's
all
great.
Right, I'm going to check that out.
You better do that.
But listen, the last thing I want to say about audio. I don't know if you guys are Beastie Boys fans.
Hell yeah.
But if you check out their Audible, I don't know if you guys heard it yet, but they have different celebrities reading the book, and it may sound a little quirky, and it is. They have Martha Stewart reading a chapter. They have Snoop Dogg reading. It is an amazing book, but just they take the funniest people to read the book. I mean, it is hilarious,
How about coming up the way they did? I did that book. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
There's a very good chance I can't recite anything right now because I'm a little fucking stunad, but I did that book, and I remember loving that book to find out how they got. Oh man, that was a great book.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
Good. Apple TV did they did a live documentary too. I don't know if you ever checked that out on Apple TV.
No, that I didn't do, but I wanted to go see a play. They did
Ooh.
they did a play.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did like a whole play, but like they did their life and they did songs to their life, like that type of shit.
That's cool.
In New York. And yeah, I never did that though.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I
love Beastie Boys.
Book.
What'd you say?
Rex's book rules.
Yeah, check out Rex's book.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that next. Right after I do the why does my stomach create so much acid book? Now I'm doing ailments. Now I'm like, you want to know what? Fucking, I got agita. I got fucking GERD. I read a book about GERD. Nah, dude.
Oh, that's good.
So all right, so we got this episode. It's fucking awesome. I hope you come out with more. Where do we see this going? What plans do we have? Tell us a little bit more about the future.
So the future is this year is kind of different. So this year I'm kind of taking a slow break from doing the big productions, not quitting, not working with Nathan Mowry,
yeah,
which I love, but we're just kind of, I'm trying to save up and trying to come up with some new ideas. I'm doing Zoom interviews in the meantime.
Yeah.
I've definitely, I'm telling Nathan, look, next year we're going to regroup and definitely get back together. But this year I'm just kind of slowing it down. I've been doing it for 6 years. So
wow.
2023 is kind of taking a break from doing interviews at the house. I got some things going. I'm going to interview a local band at their studio and just do Zooms right now. And I was in a music video too, which was cool that Nathan filmed. Never done that before, but 2023 is kind of weird with last year, with inflations and all this stuff.
I hear you, bro.
It just so this kind of doing these big production interviews. It takes a lot. So
I'm 100% sure it does.
Yeah.
All right, so cool, bro. I'm glad we'll definitely see more. We'll see some Zoom.
Definitely see more. Yeah. So, but I tell you, man, the Zoom thing is pretty cool, man. I've been I just interviewed Clint Lowry last week, so that's gonna come up.
Do me a favor
soon.
Tell him to write me back.
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of people got to tell her right Archie back.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Yeah. I also have some more interviews coming out. The big production.
I wanted to ask
interviews.
you about this. I've never seen this before. Maybe just as a new YouTube feature.
Yep.
So I'm scrolling at work real quick to put something on as I work a little bit, and I like putting your show and other shows. And I'm like clicking. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, well, I want to play. And then I look and it says not being released till February something. And I was like, when does YouTube do that? Or did you?
Oh, yes.
Like it's not even out yet. But there's a thumbnail, right? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I'm like,
you
fucking
guys can rock. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. I thought you guys could be.
No, but I'm I'm fucking sitting there and I'm like fucking a little doo-doo, and I'm trying to click. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? No, but excuse me. So you have shows that are coming out, but like you threw them on YouTube like a thumbnail and scheduling.
Yes, you ask great questions, man. This is funny. So Nathan was like, if you premiere it, it'll be a bigger, like, because you can premiere your videos and it'll make it. He was kind of going at the angle where it'll be a bigger thing than it just randomly showing up on YouTube.
I hear you.
But for me, I was like, my lazy mind and attitude, I'm like, oh, if I premiere it, then I never have to think about it again. And so I just premiere it, and then I'm not like every day going, when do I got to post this thing? But if I premiere it, it's like, it's done. If YouTube's going to throw it out there, I can just forget about it. So
it's just
pretty cool.
So we did a bunch of interviews in one day. And so I'm slowly releasing those. And the interview that's coming out next month is by a band called Silly Goose Jackson. They are like a new metal band, and these kids are literally kids. They're literally, I don't know, 20 years old,
really?
21. And we actually Nathan filmed a music video that he let me be in, and these guys are, I don't know if you remember the band Snod or all these yeah, I mean, he's got that fire in him, man. It is
Yeah.
nuts. And it's I'm pretty excited for these guys. Mikey from Islander was there, and he goes, I want these guys to open for me on tour. So that interview's
that's
coming out
cool.
next month. Yeah.
Nice.
Very
Look
cool.
forward to hearing that.
Yeah, man. And like, I love to see behind the scenes shit of like the music industry, like shit like that. Like
Yeah.
something like, like, oh, yo, I want to get them to open up for me. And it's like, so you watch that, you're the connection, and you just watch this shit form. Like, I love geeked out shit like that,
Dude, it was so funny because Mikey and his wife were at the house, and Mikey goes, or his wife said, I remember when you had that energy. Because she was looking at the band, like, I remember when you were like that. He's like, wow.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Yeah.
Years ago, many moons ago, I saw Snot open for Life of Agony
No way.
at the Stone Pony.
Oh, gosh.
And
that's amazing. So was that about 98, 97 or something?
I was by myself.
And I love Life of Agony too. That's one of my favorite bands too.
Because you had no friends, Arch. That was the only reason.
You're fucking 100% correct. No, but the crowd was like
so cool.
The crowd was iffy with them, if I remember. I don't know why.
Probably. I mean, they're two different animals.
I know.
Who was singing for Life of Agony when you saw him? Was that
Keith? Absolutely.
Oh, Keith was.
Okay.
Mina. When I saw him around that time, or maybe a little bit later, and it was the guy from Ugly Kid Joe fronting.
Whitfield.
Yeah, Whitfield.
Crane,
yeah.
I saw them.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going a different direction, but
no, good. Well, I saw. Yeah, I'm. That's one of my favorite bands. So I got to see Whitfield in Trenton, New Jersey, and I got to see him at the Birch Hill in Sayreville, and I watched him, and it was just different. But he brought energy. It was a different energy.
He's a good singer.
Yeah,
he's a very good singer.
Different,
but it was just different. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, right.
But yeah, well, that's LOA's like one of my favorite bands.
Oh yeah, man. I have a River Runs Red skate deck hanging up, and that's one of my favorite albums, man. River Runs Red's just phenomenal. It never gets old ever.
No, and they're doing their 30th reunion right now.
They're playing
They're
playing it in its entirety, right? The whole album is.
Yeah,
that's insane. Ah, man, I gotta go see that.
Yeah, when they come over and I'm sure they'll come near you. You gotta, I miss Stereo Mud. I miss Stereo Mud so much. I'm not even joking. But let me just tell you this one thing before we go.
No,
I'm dating this girl. I'm at her house, and I go put on SOU, and she's like, what? Like 89.5. This is so long ago, and I was like, I want to hear something because they were doing some announcement about this whole thing. About like Joey Z's new band or something like that. It was whatever. The buzz was in the air, and they say his new band is Stereo Mud, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of name is that? I'm just sitting there going like, I don't get it. And they played it, and I went, all right. I went to go see them in the city when they debuted, like one of their albums or whatever release party, and I was like, I fucking love this band. His voice, I love that dude, and I think he just said,
"Dude,
peace."
I'm gonna tell him you said this right now. It's so
cool. He just said, "Peace. I'm gonna go live my life. I'm not gonna be. I'm not doing that. Am I correct?"
What he's doing now?
Yeah, like he's not doing any music, is he?
He is. Yeah, he's got a band called My Therapy. Yeah,
Are they active?
Arguably, they're doing something. They're in North Carolina.
Listen, I'm gonna have to go on. I'm not saying
I'll hook you guys up with Eric. Would love to be on your podcast, man. I can totally work that out.
I'm fucking getting on him. Why aren't you doing anything?
You got me tickets for my birthday. We went down to Asbury Park, New Jersey, Convention Hall.
Ooh.
Saw Stereo Mud, Disturbed, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Drowning Pool.
Yeah. And Stereo Mud was awesome.
And Seven Dust was on that tour, I think, too. That show.
I think so, yeah. And Seven Dust, yeah.
Wow, what a lineup, man.
Bro. Oh, man. What did I do, Rock? the dude that passed away, the lead singer, Dave.
Dave.
Yeah. So
somehow Archie and I always find our way at a show, either backstage or a place we shouldn't be in the venue. And I don't know, we're in a hallway, but it was like kind of restricted. And Dave walks out, and you could tell he was like, it was like a private moment, whatever. I'm like, Arch, don't. I'm like, don't do it. No, I'm like, don't. He's like, hey, Dave. Blows a spot. First off, Dave couldn't be nicer. Hey guys, all of a sudden, we see like 25 people running towards him, and like we like back away, and the poor guy has probably had to talk to them for half an hour because you blew up his spot.
Sorry, Dave.
You called him
Sorry,
out.
gotta go.
Sorry, Dave. Take care.
I think we got kicked out of that spot. We had to go back inside. Anyway.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah,
He was a
man.
good dude.
Good times, man. That's awesome.
Well, we definitely appreciate your time, bro. We thank you very much. Where could people find you?
So all social media, I'm working on TikTok, but it's all Good Company with Bowling. That's my last name. So Good Company with Bowling. It's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the podcast is on Spotify and all of other platforms. Like, I don't know, but wherever you get your podcast from. But we take the audio and put it in that format. Also, before I forget, real fast, I'm going to be joining the CMS Network Classic Metal Show. You guys got to check it out. CMS Network.
Okay.
Chris Aiken, he does a classic metal show. They interview all these people. It's amazing. But he's working on his own network where he has maybe like 10 or so different podcasts all together. And it's like a community.
Awesome.
And he's got I'm on the website now. I'm officially started, but he's gonna release my episodes through that, and he's gonna have like his own radio where there's just gonna constantly play interviews. So it'd be like, you know, Good Company interview, Classic Metal Show interview. Lord Nelson from Stuck Mojo's on there, and it's really cool. CMS Network.
That's fucking dope. Almost
That's
like
awesome.
almost like
Thank you.
a Gas Digital in its infancy.
Yes. I mean, it's really good, man. I'm going to tag him whenever this comes out. I'll tag him all the info on that too as well.
Awesome, bro.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you couldn't have been a nicer. I was expecting a real nice dude. You know what I got? A real nice dude.
Hey, thank you, man. You guys are awesome too.
Yeah, man. Yo, last thing. I see the background, right? So that's a lot of memorabilia. You got your. I'm assuming you have your bar down. Like that's not your
It's
bar
right
area,
over
right?
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That way. Yeah.
So does the wife or does the family confine you to one room and say don't dress up any other room?
Yeah, that's funny you asked that. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
This is your
That's
area.
it.
This is your space.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, no corn plaques are going above our bed mantle. It's like this is the basement is the only place.
You guys go to bed tonight, and all of a sudden Brian picks his head up. Hey, good night, brother. Man, thank you so much for coming on. All right, good luck in the future. We'll be in touch, and
Definitely.
definitely a lot of good luck to you, man. Cool show.
This is awesome, man. Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Too, man.
Very nice
Thank
meeting
you so much. Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it, bro.
See you guys
Later, man.
later, bro.
That was the hospitable Scott Bolin.
Southern hospitality at its finest.
Seriously, man. What a fucking great dude. What a great dude.
You could tell. I'm telling you, I just have that feeling.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl will be in his fucking basement.
I know.
Now, hopefully, it's not by force, and Scott had to kidnap him, duct tape that thing. Hopefully, it's on his own accord.
Dave, thanks for coming down here. I hope your flight was okay. Take your pants off.
No, I tell me you can't see Dave Grohl, knowing what you know about him. Obviously, you don't know him personally, but knowing what you know about him and how he interacts, like he's going to be on his show in his basement, no doubt.
Yeah,
no
absolutely. Doubt. Did you ever see Dave Grohl on Hot Wings?
Yes, I saw clips of it. Yes, Chris
Evans, the host, which is one of the best hosts out there of all time,
no doubt,
because of his questions. He pretty much started crying because that's how much he wanted him on, and that's how many black tooth grins he had.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was pretty much getting to a point eating wings with him and crying, but not crying because they were hot, crying because he was overwhelmed. But it was a fantastic episode.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, oh God, you guys out there, man, check out fucking Good Company with Scott Bolin. His backdrop, it's like, it's not even like, oh, yo, I'm gonna make a show, I'm gonna dress it up. That's his fucking basement. Like that his basement is that metal show.
See the Metallica pinball machine.
Yeah,
Seven Dust memorabilia. It was pretty cool, man. That looked in the background looked cool. You'll see on this video. But what a good dude! Like, and I'm really happy for him and his success and how that's the kind of guy that obviously connects with the guests. They feel comfortable and they tell people about it, right? And that's how you get more guests. I wish all our guests didn't fucking hate you. I really wish.
Yeah, I wish I could fly some guests in. Fucking, come by my lake.
There you go.
Fucking God bless.
You should take some notes about how he's nice to people.
I know.
It's nice to be important.
But it's more important to be nice.
We'll be right back.
With that being said, Rocco, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to our boy Scotty, you're sipping on a hot toddy, acting rowdier than Roddy in a garage doing karate, then you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Haha, we out. That was good. If you want to do it, if you want to do it again,
no, I captured the energy.
I tell you, when he hits it, he knows he hits.
I got to do it over, but don't put that on the fucking gag reel.
Why?
When you said gag reel, I thought it was your sister at a fucking bachelor party.
How could you?